Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome to BBB Episode 5, Get It Off Your Chest #1, where we, the crew, myself, Astro, Mastering Gamer, Nexus Spacey, and good old Jazz, discuss what we have been doing with our lives since Overwatch can't consume 65% or more of our free time.
True.
Not anymore.
Unfortunate, but true.
Indeed. A tragedy has befallen all of gamekind. But, there's plenty of other things to waste your time on. So, some of us have been touching grass. Some of us have been doing other things that rhyme with that and that have to do with body parts. Besides all that, however, we would primarily be focusing on gaming subjects today with a little bit of personal hobbies on the side. So, Jazz, why don't you start us off? You said you didn't have much to say, and I tend to be a courteous man of great chivalry.
Oh, bless you. No, of course. As you touch booty. Anyway, so I didn't have much to say because I haven't been really playing games all that much because it's summertime. What do you think? What do you think I'm doing? I'm going outdoors.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm
Unheard
actually
of.
touching grass, guys.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking
kinda
about
want-
doing that.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Getting like air and stuff, seeing colors, seeing people.
Okay, well,
It's actually quite nice.
to be fair, summer in Ireland is pretty mild compared to, like, in Boston.
Okay, that
that
is fair.
so?
Like,
Summer in Boston is just pain. It's just scorching all the time.
Well, here it's just
it
like
is-
being thrown into an oven.
Yeah, it's the
It's
same
like
here.
it's ungodly warm, and the air is warm. The air is wet.
Yep,
It sucks.
same here.
Don't you guys just love it? Like, just
Dude,
walk
that's sad.
outside, just bathe in the humidity. It's, like,
It's just
Oh,
sad.
dude, an instant hit of humidity. You almost fall over immediately as the instant swamp ass hits your face.
So, Jazz, count your blessings.
that is, I was just about to say, you know what? That's very fair. Because Irish weather is notorious for being quite shit for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then when we see the sun for more than 6 hours, we're like, oh my god, a scorcher.
It's, it's
Anyway.
fucking
So
20
so
degrees
since
Celsius
I
out.
haven't been.
It's
That
just
is
real
literally
scorcher.
how hot it is,
Real
actually.
scorcher, 20 degrees Celsius out.
You got
No,
the
it
25
legitimately
here.
is.
Meanwhile, it's hitting 30 here. Anyways,
Oof.
Oh, disgusting. Anyway, so because I haven't been playing all that much, I thought like, oh hey, some gaming news that I'm very interested has happened recently, and that is, first of all, Pokemon.
Oh, come on.
Hey, everyone in the 90s kids. What up?
Lechonk.
I'm not even in the
Lechonk.
90s kid, but Lechonk, man.
Lechonk. Oh, such a good boy. I have a funny feeling he's gonna be a Violet kind of like exclusive.
No,
and
I
I'm
thi-
gonna be so upset.
I think the idea is he's meant to be the Bidoof, or like the Rattata.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
I
or
hope
like the
he is.
Wooloo. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. No, I've seen so many like, oh, I hate the fact that there's this meme Pokemon and everyone's gonna love. Shut the fuck up. Have joy in your heart. Love Lechonk. Like
It's literally an orb.
he's just
literally-
a round. He's a round thing that can barely walk and he cries. Of course, I love him.
It's the next Hulu.
It's cooler than
He really
Wooloo.
is. Anyway, like I know some of you guys are also Pokemon fans. So the big question: are you guys gonna have Scarlet or Violet?
Well, I already promised to someone else that if they get Scarlet, I'll get Violet, and the other way around. So it's really up to him. I think he's going to get Scarlet, so I'm going to get Violet then.
And for me, it entirely depends on if I can get a Switch.
Oh yeah, you completely forgot you don't have a Switch yet.
Yeah, and if I do get a Switch, I think I'm gonna play Violet.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Last time I spoke to you, you were like, "Oh yeah, Scarlet Man."
Okay, yes, but that's because I was basically just going off of like, it's red. My favorite color is red. And I didn't really think about it much more than that. But then I realized, like, wait, I like the Violet Legendary a lot more.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Fucking booster legs.
Yeah, dude, it literally has fucking jet engines strapped to him.
Yeah. One
The thing is, like-
revolutionary thing about Pokemon this time around is that not only are there two professors, but they're both incredibly hot.
Oh yeah.
The only problem is that
Pride people. We won the gay month. You know.
We won.
yeah, no kidding.
We won.
I mean, the one thing we do have to keep in mind though is that like one's a cannibal and the other's a crypto bro. So you know we gotta tread carefully. But
You're saying that like it's a bad thing.
yeah, well, crypto bro, yeah, but cannibal now, maybe not.
Not as bad.
not for me.
Jazz absolutely losing her fucking mind over the Scarlet
Oh my
Professor.
god, lads! Like literally, I was like awestruck. I was like, "Oh my god, why is she so pretty?" Her abs.
Ness points out she has fangs. Jazz literally fucking fell off a table.
I almost, lads, I felt faint. Like, oh my god, she's like a dream girl. Listen, I'm a simple woman. I love oranges. I love dinosaurs, and I love women with abs. Of course, I'm going with Scarlet. Like, come on.
It really is the perfect game for you, huh?
It really is. It's just like there's a no-brainer. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
You know, and I'm going to go with my starter. What's his name? What's the fire starter's name? The little crocodile dude.
Coco, I think.
Coco, I think.
That guy, he's my fella. He's my little boy. I'm gonna raise him up to be a very strong boy.
He has little boy energy, that's for sure.
I mean, for me,
he's just a little lad.
Yep.
For me, it's very simple because I always pick the grass starter, like regardless of what the starters are.
I don't, but also weed cat.
Yeah.
It is true.
Like even
Make
in
a fair point.
even when I played Gen 2 games, despite the fact that I despise Chikorita, I still pick Chikorita.
Fair enough. You know, I respect a man with dedication,
So,
even if it's a bit foolish. But
oh, it's absolutely the weakest. Outside of like the Gen 1 games, it's absolutely the worst choice. But you know,
Yeah.
gotta go with the wee cat, and it's actually a wee cat. It said in its bio that like it has like
A
it kicks up,
calming
like, a
aura
perfume.
around it.
Yeah. It kicks up a perfume to like calm its owner, and I was like, oh
weed
boy.
cat, actual weed
Actual
know.
weed
cat.
cat.
Oh,
Love it.
boy.
Although I will say this, the little duck guy, he's also very
Quaxley?
underrated.
Has big
Yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure energy.
It's literally like Donald Duck and JoJo.
He has a
Fucked
little
up.
stand, like, come on. He is also a little guy, and I would have considered him, but again, dinosaurs. I love them. What can I
Yeah.
say?
These sure are fan favorite Pokemon designs they released this time around.
The only thing
Good back-
that's really gonna fuck me up is if the Metagross line isn't in the game, because then it'll just be like, fuck, do I want to play this? But
If you can't hit them really
yeah.
hard with the computer Pokemon, then the game is not valid.
I need Metagross. Metagross is a drug to me.
I actually did not consider Dexit. I kind of, in the high of like little lads and abs, and I kind of forgot.
In the high of the excitement, we forgot about Game Freak's incompetence.
Oh boy. Like, I will say this, maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I understand why Dexit happened. I understand why it happened so early, because at some point it was just going to be ridiculous, right? So I understand making the decision now rather than later.
To be
But
fair,
at the same time,
Yeah.
you could have just said, listen, this is a preventative measure, instead of just outright lying, saying like, oh yeah, this is so we can put effort into Sword and Shield. You didn't put effort in Sword and Shield, though.
They did put more effort into these games, it seems.
yeah, I mean, what I will say is, and then this is an argument we could have an entire episode on, so we should probably just move on, but I would say my take on it is, like, I understand that it doesn't make sense to try and make an increasing number of Pokemon all relevant in a single game,
Yeah.
but, like, I'm the kind of person who likes to transfer my old Pokemon. And it's like, okay, I understand if you don't want to make them all available in the game itself, but, like, you know,
Yeah.
Don't hold Pokemon hostage.
don't hold Pokemon
And
hostage in the fucking server app that they have.
especially because like between games it could last about like 3 years.
3
You know what I mean?
years. Yeah.
So even at that, it's not a guarantee that it'll be in the next generation.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, which is the reason why I skipped on Sword and Shield. All of the, and I mean exactly like yourself. I have Pokemon that like I got when I was like, I want to say 8 or 9. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
And
So that was like
like
that was that Diamond and Pearl.
I think I had from Diamond
We're,
and Pearl.
we're about the same
Unfortunately,
age, so yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have like anything from Emerald, my very first game. But
My first game was
yeah.
Sapphire.
Twinsies.
I'm out here.
But anyway.
First Pokemon game, Pokemon Platinum.
Really?
I mean, Ness is younger than us.
I got all of them pirated though. I never got any of those legitimately until Black 2 and White 2.
Fair enough. Well, Nintendo's gonna be on your ass now.
Nah, dude, I don't care. They can. What are they gonna do? Delete my old save files? Trust me, the
never
R4
know.
card already did.
You never know, man. They might hack it, restore it, and then delete it again.
Oh no.
They're ruthless.
I lost my first shiny to fucking save file corruption.
Oh.
My first shiny was a Wooper.
Mine was
Do
a
you know, like,
Sneasel.
That's significantly cooler.
I'm
It's
going to
pink.
admit. I'm going to admit something
They're
that
both
every
pink.
single one. It's going to cause a commotion. It's going to call me a fake gamer girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've
No
actually never
shinies?
had a shiny. I've never
That's
had
fuck.
one.
Yeah, me too.
I remember once. I remember having a Quagsire that was a shiny, and then my DS died.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Wait,
Just
Ian,
as
you
I
played
come-
Pokemon?
Yeah, some of the older games, like when I was younger, I was fairly bigly into it, but like not. I haven't touched Pokemon in like. What was the last game I owned? Pearl, I think, was the last game I owned.
So that was around
It's been
when
a while.
Ness started playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I used to play it a lot back in the day, and I never once saw a shiny Pokemon ever. I'm not convinced they're even real, to be honest. I kind of think it's just like a unanimous like joke that the whole world's playing on me.
We should start like a little union, a little meeting or a club or no shinies
No
anonymous.
shinies.
You know,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
shinyless anonymous.
It's the thing is that
they
they
were
actually
much harder to.
they
come
actually
by
got
as well.
more common in Gen 8.
No,
Oh,
in
really?
Gen 6
In,
they got
in
more
Gen
common.
6 they changed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in fairness, like I'm very much I pick the Pokemon game if I'm interested. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way.
If the region does not interest, it's the reason why I skipped out on Sword and Shield, along with all the like shady shit that was
I'm
going
too
on. I was just
familiar
like,
with this region. I don't want to play it.
Oh yeah, it's just
It's literally right next door. It's right across the Irish Channel. I don't want to deal with this shit.
I don't want to be reminded of colonizers. You know what I mean? Like I just.
I play the game for escapism. For this one, I can look outside.
Exactly. It was too much. It was too familiar. Although banging score. I will say this.
I do like the
decent
fact
score.
they literally flipped Great Britain upside down. Like Scotland is the southern part,
I know. It's so stupid.
and London is in the northernmost part. Yeah, it was just alright.
So stupid. But yeah, I wasn't really interested in it. So to have like genuine excitement for Scarlet and Violet, I'm like, oh, I feel like a child again, you know?
I mean, for me, it's just because I didn't have a Switch and I wasn't interested enough.
Fair enough.
Legends Arceus
Oh.
was pretty good though.
I was just about to say that like Legends Arceus, I actually recently played Legends Arceus, and it is a banger. It looks ugly, but it's a banger.
I do, and I also like how they basically confirmed all these theories that like Arceus basically is this eldritch god being. It's
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, he's a little bit fucked up in this game.
he's a little
I know,
fucked up.
Not gonna lie.
He's like, try me, bitch. Actually attacks you. Only game where an actual Pokemon attacks you, the player.
And then
I know.
Not just even a Pokemon, but just it's literal god.
well, no, not even. He's like, take this piece of me, and it's like,
Yeah,
this is a piece of you.
looks just like you, but
It's
I
just-
guess that's just
it's-
what form we perceive.
He basically like copy and paste himself, which is so weird.
I like to
And, like,
think.
made it-
I like to think that the real Arceus is that beta sprite.
If anyone has seen it.
Yeah,
The little tiny one.
it's like the wisp. Yeah.
But yeah, I really do appreciate Legends of Arceus to just be like, hi, a child, genuine child protagonist. We're just going to try and attempt to kill you.
Yes, survive or die.
Survive or die. And it's like, it's mentioned like 5 times throughout the entire campaign.
To be fair,
Like-
it's based on the Meiji Restoration, and the Meiji Restoration was pretty. Oh boy,
Ride or die.
It was pretty ride or die. So, yeah.
Speaking of ride or dies. So,
Please don't mention the
game I watched.
legendaries.
No. Another thing that's dying in front of our eyes, and it's the second announcement that I really want to talk about, and that is recently, BioWare kind of announced the new Dragon Age game, which is called Dragon Age Dreadwolf. That's what it is. And they did it on Twitter with a PNG after 8+ years of waiting for this highly anticipated sequel, because the Dragon Age Inquisition, as everyone probably knows by this stage,
Shit the
ended
bed.
on quite a cliffhanger. We've heard absolutely nothing, and then we just hear every so often like, the game is about Solus. Solus is the main antagonist. He's the baddie. And they had the gall to turn around and say, who's the Dreadwolf? And it's like, we know who the fucking Dreadwolf. Can we learn anything else about this game? Like, people want to bitch about like Blizzard absolutely becoming engulfed in flames, and like Overwatch 2's development. Lads, we have to talk about BioWare, because that thing is melting. It is nothing but ashes at this point.
I feel like that's a lot of companies are honestly just like, disintegrating before our eyes, and it's like it just happens to be, what game are you into? What niche are you into? Whatever company is relevant, that's the company that's dying. It's just like,
I feel
depends
like
where you are. But
game
there's a-
development as a whole is kind of,
Shitting the bed.
shitting the bed collectively.
Like we've seen,
True.
we saw it with Game Freak, we saw it with CDPR, we're seeing it with BioWare.
Seeing it with Microsoft.
Seen, with
Yeah,
Microsoft. We've also
Blizzard.
seen it with Bethesda,
Seeing
Blizzard.
it with Blizzard. Definitely seeing it with 343.
The Activision companies like.
Oh my God, Zach, why are you so loud
You're a bit
now?
close to your mic, buddy.
Bit close to the mic.
Yeah, take the microphone out of your mouth, just put it in front of you.
Back up, man. Get personal space, personal bubble in the group chat.
Incredible.
But no, so I've, as I said, 343, BioWare, Blizzard, CDPR, Game Freak.
EA
It's
free.
just, yeah, it's all
It's
just.
just
Ubisoft
everyone.
as well.
Okay, but Ubisoft has been in
EA
a
are
perpetual state of
imploding.
collapse for a decade.
Well, EA now as well.
Oh.
Because I heard they lost, like, whatever company was behind FIFA lost the rights to FIFA.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
what?
They did.
Yeah.
I heard about this.
Literally roasted.
Actual fucking L plus ratio plus no fan base.
Dude,
I
what
know.
are the college bros gonna play though without FIFA?
Yeah.
Fucking
well,
The Sims, I guess.
football games gonna replace that.
Yeah, it's like
it's-
it's like go play actual sports if you're gonna play a sports game.
No, that would require physical exercise.
True.
Again, we're talking about a species that doesn't want to touch grass.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Or want to interact with 21 other beings on a field.
Yeah.
The gamer subspecies is very asocial.
Seems so.
We're an exception to the rule.
Yep.
But anyway, it's just sort of sad, you know what I mean, to see so many gaming companies that were genuinely fantastic at one point and just become ghosts of themselves, and then we get like a new batch of companies that we put on a pedestal, and without fail they fall, and then it's just recycled again and again and again, and it's just kind of
Yeah, what do you think
It's
it
sort
is
of-
that sort of causes that? Is it just a company has to sort of start in a form that's like generally well received by the public. Otherwise, it goes nowhere. But like, it's inevitable that like after any given period of time, any company that happens to succeed is just gonna collapse in on itself in one way.
Eventually,
Like, why
it
does it
seems.
have to turn out like that?
I think
I mean, personally, I think off the bat, I think if you continuously if you get bigger, as a company, companies want to grow. That's the whole point of a company, is that they want to grow, and not even just to a regular size, but as big as humanly possible. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's the reason why Disney owns now like what feels like 1/4 of the movie industry because they
More than
actually
that.
do.
Just the movie industry?
Like, sorry,
Disney owns
3/4.
us.
3/4. Sorry,
Dude, Disney owns most of the U.S.
I know.
It owns
but at the
like
same
half of
time-
Florida.
Yeah, Disney's in their
essentially-
own sort of boat.
But essentially,
similar to these companies.
Exactly. But like companies just want to expand and expand and expand, and they don't realize that you can't do that forever.
Yep.
And especially with games, which require a lot of work, a lot of heart, dedication, and a lot of people and they just don't want to do that. They don't want to dedicate that time, effort, and they don't want to treat their workers right. You know what I mean? That's the reason why you start with a small team, and as it grows bigger and bigger, it's harder to keep. It's kind of hard to keep things on track, but they don't understand that, like, how do I explain this? Do you know like Cyberpunk, right?
Yes,
Cyberpunk is a very
yeah.
it's a very good example of like they bit off way more than they could possibly chew. This was their first person shooter. This is their first shooter. This is first anything outside of The Witcher, and they decided to like continuously expand and try to make it the greatest game to ever game. Let it be like an RPG, a shooter, like a really heavy story narrative that like all of your choices matter, all in the same package. But like they don't have the resources, you know. They just expect to perform miracles. You know, the devs are expected to perform miracles, and investors just want money.
Right.
And I think that's it's as simple as that, you know.
They want money, consistency, and I think that's the hardest in the gaming industry. As like a game maker, consistency. Like you can't consistently shit out bangers, right?
Yeah.
And you need to actually scrap some of them as well.
That's not true. Have you ever heard of this little studio named From Software? But you know.
Well, I mean, look at Dark Souls 1.
Yes.
It looks kind of really bad.
No comment. This would be an argument. This would be an argument that would last hours.
Okay, well let's not go over it then.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I don't want to jinx it, and this might become relevant further down the line because Astro, I know you're biting at the bit to talk about Elden Ring, but I kind of sometimes feel like From Software is just the next person on the pedestal, and eventually it's going to fall. You know what I mean? I just have this sinking feeling in my gut.
Oh, okay.
Eventually.
We'll get back to this later. But personally, I think it's in better shape because the person at the top is the person who, you know, came up with it. So, and I mean, let's be honest. Hidetaka Miyazaki is just like he's just a turbo nerd. He's like first and foremost, he's a turbo nerd. The fact that he runs, you know, From Software is kind of secondary. But that's why I think it'll be okay. But we can come back to that.
Yeah, but you get what I mean. That like it's just it just sort of feels like a yearly thing.
Yeah.
Where
every year something goes wrong.
And I sometimes feel like, you know, I said this to you guys when a certain controversy happened that I just don't want to really talk about, to be honest. I don't have the strength. But gamers will always forgive, you know, bad business practices or poorly treated customers and poorly treated developers. They will never forgive a bad game.
Yeah.
And that's just sort of the reality that we live in. And it's quite sad and stuff like that, but hopefully things will change. I do see changes in the industry that I really like, and it inspires some hope, but sometimes it can be a bit Depressing.
One thing that has consistently kept me at least sort of happy is like even while every company on the planet Earth was trying to shit out a good game and failing, the indie industry was not only just booming but creating better games than those AAA companies were consistently.
This is where I would mention Pokemon games, but we'll come back to that later.
Well, that's not real an indie company, but it does make it look like it.
Well, no. I'm saying
one
like
can really describe like Nintendo and Game Freak as like teeny tiny.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the fact that at least as far as I can tell, the fan games are better than the actuals. But
usually,
yeah,
they have a much bigger scope,
and they're better made, more polished. It's really unfortunate.
They actually know what they want to make.
Yeah. But
in fairness to Pokemon's case, it's more they have to pump out those games at such a high rate.
And I think that's super unsustainable, and I think it's why we've seen what we've seen. But we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they talk about it too.
It's sad. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about since like I just haven't been focused on gaming right now.
Yep.
Right.
Well,
Ta-da!
I
That's
recently
me.
had to reinstall my entire computer, but even before then, I've been consistently only playing Skyrim Special Edition and modding the actual shit out of it.
Thank you, Ian, for preventing Ness from literally losing his mind.
Happy to help.
So, Skyrim Special Edition is not very large. It's like 11 gigabytes, right?
Aye.
So my Skyrim folder was a good 240 gigabytes eventually.
Oh, okay.
Thank you,
You've
mods.
stunned us all to silence.
Thank you, mods. Very cool.
What
Sounds
sort
like
of
my
mods are you
PC.
downloading, though?
You want to know what the worst part is?
What?
I don't think that we can say them out loud.
Not all of them, no. But like, yeah, texture mods are very big. Model mods are also really big, especially when you download like 40 of them.
Oh no, homie, 40. What?
Yeah,
What?
it's like
You're just
yeah.
building a new game.
Yeah, no, I'm making the Elder Scrolls 6 right then and there. If they won't do it, I will.
It's like the Thanos meme. I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
I tried to get my fucking. I cracked open a can just then, but it didn't pick up on the mic.
Oh
Like,
no!
I'll do
Try
it
it again.
myself.
Yeah, just reopen the can, open a new one.
It's up. Just get a new one. Yeah, I don't
Get
think
a
I'll
new one.
Yeah, that's.
Let's get a new one.
I'm not leaving for a new one. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I'm
But,
sorry. While he's gone, I'm trying to get a few clips and stuff for editing Astro.
Okay.
I'm
I
not
just saw
gone.
I'm seeing LeChonk again, and he's just so cute. I'm sorry.
Okay, so when I first saw a picture of that Pokemon, I could have sworn there was already a pig Pokemon like that existed. Am I wrong?
That pig
there-
exists.
Oh, there are.
You might be talking about Tepig.
Okay, that sounds familiar. Let me look up what that looks like.
Deep
Wait, so
dive.
who
Maybe
left?
that's what I'm thinking of.
I'm still here.
Oh, you're still here. Oh, hi.
We're here.
We're waiting for you to get a few more
Nobody
cans
left.
to keep trying the...
No, I'm
Can
not gonna
opening
get
bag.
another can.
No.
This was the last one. That's why.
Go to Tesco's for the meme.
We don't have Tesco's here.
Well, go to your Swedish whatever equivalent.
Yeah, no, IKEA Goods is not open right now.
I'll just don't worry. I'll run down to Trader Joe's. I'll bring you something back.
Just email it to him.
Yeah.
Fucking straight up email it. I'll get the can through the mail.
NFT versions of a can of Coke.
Just play a sound effect instead.
I'll just run down to Costco. Just get
When
you
you open it-
the biggest thing of Coke imaginable.
When you open it, it's not like it's a ball.
Yeah.
Those like Inception horns. We love talking about gaming.
Oh yeah, no, this is a lot of gaming.
Okay.
Hold on,
So anyway,
actually, I can check
so
how
anyway,
much-
you're recreating your own. You're like remastering the remastered Skyrim.
The
Is
remaster
that
of the
it?
remaster, the remastered Skyrim. Yeah.
I mean, it's only been released 6 times, right? So, and the most recent re-release, like all it did is make every mod developer shit himself in fear,
Oh no.
because it's a different version of the game that's different enough to have a different few things in the game where it will fuck up a mod, but it won't fuck up gameplay.
Okay.
So yeah, that's really annoying. So you have to install a version scrambler that makes it treat it like the older version and makes it codable like the older version, but it's not the older version. But then some things from like the new version kind of break as well. It's not great. But that's like your base. You have to start with a very broken game,
Right.
and then you have to fix it yourself.
Picasso.
Yeah, it's great. It's like a puzzle, and you have 0 of the pieces. You have to find all of them. You have to buy them from different countries, and all of them come to you in like AliExpress shipping.
Bethesda gaming experience, really.
Yeah,
It just works.
it just works. No, it's been great trying to reinstall literally everything, because I think on my my previous mod manager, I had 180 mods, and I currently have 46 of them running, and I'm still trying to make things working.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Well, good luck
taking
with
a
that.
while.
So do you just keep on throwing mods at it until it eventually works?
I keep throwing mods at it until something breaks, and then I'll have to figure out what broke and if I like what broke or not.
Do you know that one like little TikTok snippet of like, oh no, it's broken.
Oh no! My game! It's broken! Yeah, no, that's literally me each time I boot up, and it's like, there's a FNIS issue. I was like, god damn it, not again.
God diggity dang it. So what do you think of actually playing Skyrim? Like, what do you think of it? Like,
I haven't played
like,
it for 200 hours. No, I've beat
Like-
them. I have. Skyrim is great, which is why I intend on modding it, right? Like, I was going to beat the game mostly unmodded first once, and that took me like 100 hours to get to Alduin and fuck his shit up. And then, I've played for ages after that. I really like Skyrim, even though I only checked it out like last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
has it just replaced Overwatch?
No. I'm going back to Overwatch when Overwatch 2 comes back.
Oh, eventually, with the war.
The Omnic crisis is going on. Finish that
10
game.
days left. Till the 16th.
15th, woohoo!
10 days remaining until an announcement.
Oh boy.
Announcement of an announcement of an announcement of an.
And it just keeps going, and it keeps on going, and it keeps on going.
Ah, God, we're reaching music industry levels of cope.
Oh god.
Listen, I survived like 8 years with like it's soulless. I'm good. This is nothing to me. Overwatch 2 is nothing to me.
I have survived the Minecraft content drought. I can survive this.
Yeah. I can't feel anything anymore. I can't be hurt by this anymore.
Speaking of Minecraft, by the time this video comes out, the 1.19 update will have dropped. The wild update, for which is his name, which adds the deep dark and adds literal horror to Minecraft.
Oh,
Actual
really need to
spooky
get back in-
scaries.
I really need to get back into Minecraft. I really fell off of it.
We should probably make a server and then force Zek to play the game.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
Absolutely not.
If it makes a server, I'm happy to play on it. I just don't want to be the one that has to deal with maintaining a server.
I'm fine with maintaining
Yeah, just
a
leave that to
server.
us.
It's just I don't have money to get like a remote host.
Hmm.
That's my problem usually.
I mean, we could.
And when I have a friend that makes a remote host, he's like, only Dutch people can join this one. Like, really? You had to say that.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Lads, we gotta bust out the dictionary, I suppose.
Listen,
'cause
we're not
we,
doing that. I have heard plenty of Dutch being around Ness. I will actually spit up my fucking vocal cords trying to say half of the words.
Heel gezellig.
Sure, James is after you.
I can't do it.
English.
Like the language doesn't sound gross. I just can't do it. Like the sounds just don't come out.
Yeah, Dutch is not the. Is one with some neat vocal tricks in there.
Like I remember I was talking about like, oh, you ever been to Groningen? And Ness just replies with the most. Just how do you pronounce it?
Groningen.
It sounded a lot weirder the last time I heard it. Okay, maybe you were exaggerating. But it sounded gross.
So exaggerating. I've never
This is
heard
really
of that.
high level. Yeah, exactly. This is like some high level gaslighting that's being undertaken by our Dutch friend right here.
I mean, one of our islands is a pretty good one. If you tell another person to go to Schiermonnikoog, then they have no idea what they have to look up.
That's the sound I was talking about.
It just works.
Oh, it really does. And then, the Southerners can't actually pronounce the G, so it's really sad.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of regional dialects here.
Oh wow.
Like
okay.
every 10 meters, someone will speak differently.
Oh, so it's kind of like the UK.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Okay.
Most of Europe has that.
I don't know.
I mean, technically, you could say America's like that as well, just spread out over a much
Yeah,
wider...
I was gonna say it's like that here
geographical
too, but
space.
it's not. It's on a different scale.
It's like they took like a European country and then just inflated it to like 10 times the size. Still get all the language dialect differences, but it's not like you
It's
go one
very
town
different
over
in the
speaking
US,
a
I've
different
heard.
language.
I mean, I imagine it's sort of. I don't know if this happens. I know this happens in Ireland and the UK, but it's like it's like you get down to like places like Louisiana, and you're just like, I can't understand what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have that in the Netherlands here as well. Like if I talk to someone, I mean, I won't say quite Belgium, but Maastricht. It's basically
yeah.
Belgium, but like not colonized by Belgians.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jazz, but the kind of equivalent of that in Ireland is like Kerry.
Oh, there's many a place that like.
Okay, Western Ireland in general, I know, but.
Oh, Ireland.
It's
Yeah,
just-
if someone from the southern Netherlands talks to me, we can't understand each other.
Like for there's some. Oh God, they're drinking something in the south. Let me tell you.
Ugh.
in the north, in the very north, and kind of like in Cork, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Incomprehensible. Will not understand what the fuck is going on.
Like those are definitely Dutch words, and I can't understand any of them. That's great.
You see, for Cork, it's mainly a pitch issue because
Yeah.
they talk like this. They just go real high, and you have you can only be a dog and hear them. You know what I mean? They,
So what you're
You're like, I'm sorry, sir, I don't speak fairy language.
so what you're saying is that you go up to Donegal and it might as well just be like.
oh, it's just a different language. Do you know what I mean? And also places in the Tipperary. If you go into the fucking bogs and you find an old man and he will talk to you like he's an elder tree, you know what I mean? I shall go there for a suffering. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
This is the benefit of knowing geography really well because I understand exactly where these places are and like. Yeah.
I'm privileged to know an American that actually knows any part of Ireland, let me tell you. I remember there was one American. I remember this so well because I was horrified and I wanted to throw up. And she looked at me and was like, I asked her just for funsies. I was like, hey, where's Ireland? And she She pointed to England.
Oh,
Not even Scotland. You know what I mean? She pointed to England.
Not even Scotland. Not Wales. Not Scotland. England.
But Jazz, have you ever been to Wales?
I have indeed.
So have I.
Oh really? Oh sure.
I went to visit a friend of mine in Wrexham, and we went slightly out of Wrexham to a place I cannot pronounce. But
I mean,
can.
just Welsh is just incomprehensible.
No, that's true. That's fine and all. But like, we were like, okay, let's. He checked how high a mountain was on like an app, and he says like, oh, let's climb this hill. And I was like, how is that a hill? It's like, yeah, it's just taller than your country. That's why it's a hill.
So
as we were climbing up, this we met this older guy, and he said some fucking magic words, and he walked past us. We both waved, and then I went to my friends like, okay, so what did he say? It's like, oh, he's just saying good morning.
It's just, oh wow, that's a lot to just say one thing.
And then my friend Callum, you know, he turns to me. He's like, no, that was in English.
Wait, no.
Actual fucking enchantment table. This guy spoke.
Speaking enchantment table. Okay, so just by the way, Jazz, I'll actually put this up on the thing. You know, I occasionally like to flex on Ness when we talk about geography, right?
all right.
And I took a... Keep in mind that the way this works is that if it's white, I got it the first time. If it's yellow, I got it the second time. If it's orange, I got it the third time. And if it's red, I didn't get it. This is the Netherlands, right? So all the provinces are actually in there. It's just different parts.
I'm
of
going to
it.
show my result to the U.S.
But no, but it's even better when Ness did the Netherlands.
Okay.
And for reference, this is what I was able to do for Ireland.
Oh. Okay.
So I only got 3 of them wrong once.
All right. What's Nexus's one?
I don't
Show
think we
me.
have that one saved.
No, we didn't save that one, but it was ugly, dude.
boo.
Oh, but it was actually horrendous.
The only
I'll tell you that one.
if I remember the only ones that Ness like actually no, for the US Ness did it unexpectedly well. But it was like he basically was like, okay, I know where Massachusetts, Florida, Texas, and like California are, and then he sat there for like 20 minutes just pressing buttons.
Contemplating life.
Yeah.
So while you're finding that and showing it, finding that for me.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
can't
really
find it. It doesn't.
It,
It no
we didn't
longer
save
exists.
it, but
No, it's in the other ones for like the other countries. Like I really want to see America, for example.
oh god. I mean, if you want to stick around, Jazz, afterwards, we can pull up the game.
Oh, okay, all right. But I was just about to quickly say when I went to Wales, my lovely little holiday. So I can't remember exactly where
Yeah.
we went, but we went to a writer's retreat because I really wanted to like go. I've always wanted to go to one, and this was for my birthday, and it was like a big one. I think this was like for 20th, 21st. I can't remember. Trust me, it'll make sense in a second why I can't remember.
Oh. Wales
So-
moment?
So, we went to Wales. We went with my sister, my mother, and our friend Leoma, and Leoma's husband, now husband, Rhys, who is Welsh. You know, he's a Welsh man. So we thought, oh, he's a good man to have. All went up together, had a beautiful time there. It was like a really gorgeous, like hotel mixed with a castle. It was gorgeous, and it had this two huge libraries, one contemporary, one ancient, and oh my god, I was in heaven. But the very important thing is, there aren't any televisions, there's no Wi-Fi, there's like nothing to really distract you,
Oh
No.
no.
right?
I mean,
So,
that's the rest of Wales, anyways. It's all
Yeah,
castles,
yeah.
no TVs.
but anyway, we were here, I want to say a week and a bit, right? And we just had a lovely time, gorgeous time, had no idea what was going on, no source of news, which is very important for the story.
Oh,
So my mother and I hopped onto a bus, said goodbye to everyone, went to the airport. Nothing really going on. You know, it was a bit quieter than usual. Hopped on the plane. We noticed the pilot and the crew, they weren't really around. So we were like, oh, okay, that's fine. Flew over, and we touched Irish soil. Came out of it, got our bags, and then we turned a corner, and we go through this kind of like automatic doors. There's 2 automatic doors. You go through the first one, it brings you down a little hallway, and then you get to the second one, and that brings you to pretty much the main entrance of Dublin Airport. And it opens, and we see people in hazmat suits
Oh no.
giving us flyers that are yellow and talking about something called COVID-19.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
So, we take these flyers. Now, remember, the last time we had heard about COVID-19, it was more of a, oh yeah, that's in China. That's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we walk towards our bus to find that this was the last bus that will be entering Dublin, and it turns out that was the last bus from to Dublin for the next 5 months.
Oh my god.
And we opened our phones, we suddenly got a barrage of texts, an email saying that basically both of us weren't going to work. And there's this thing called COVID-19, and now everything is a panic.
Oh, by the way, Jazz, I should just mention, you are okay with mentioning the county you're from?
Oh, that's...
I'll bleep it out.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. If you wouldn't mind, that was a Freudian slip. Sorry. In fairness, I trust you guys not to show up on my doorstep. I don't trust like normal people.
I won't do it without asking.
Yeah, only if you invite me.
Only permission, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta do the special knock on the door, you know?
Special knock. Make sure to pet the cat first.
Yeah.
You gotta do the special knock, gotta bring the bottle of Bailey's, you know. There's the ritual.
It's the ritual. It's how you get an Irish woman to enter your door.
I'll bring some local alcohol.
Exactly. Homemade brew.
Well, not homemade, but like Friesian made, you know?
Friesian, lovely. How much will that cost you? You can use all your Raid Shadow Legends money on it.
Oh. Okay, yeah, we probably should go on back to games, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
interested in hearing about this raid experience you had.
Oh, what a great game. I'm not gonna gaslight whoever's watching this into downloading it through my link, but you could theoretically do that.
Oh, man.
You could, hint, hint.
You could, hint.
Visit twitch.com/nexusspacey. Also, subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Yeah, so I was so there's this service called Stream Elements, which is supposed to help like smaller streamers with a lot more data and analysis, and it really does do that well. And one other thing it does really well is it selects sponsors for channels that are not only eligible for those sponsors, but can actually fill the requirements for those sponsors. And after having a particularly good stream, playing Jackbox and getting absolutely blasted, I got an email from Stream Elements saying, "Hey, we have a sponsor opportunity for you." I was like, "No way, right? It's not gonna be the one, right?" I open up the link, it doesn't load. I'm like, shit. Okay, so I go to my PC, open up the link, and then it says those magic words.
Raid Shadow Legends.
You have been asked to sponsor Raid Shadow Legends. And I look at the requirements and I'm like, that's really doable. So I did a stream, got blasted with Astro on stream, and you know, I got $20 from Raid Shadow Legends.
And Zek and I had to play it.
Oh yeah, you have to play it in the tutorial.
Man.
I mean, the only reason I played it was because I got promised free head, but
It didn't even happen.
I said,
No, man. Ugh. It's so bad.
it's not good. It's not terrible, but it's not
But
good.
once you see the chat, like the text chat,
Oh yeah, so it's a mobile game, so of course it has like a text chat icon in like the top right. And as soon as you click that, you'll get the funniest opinions you have ever seen on women.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay!
I love being a woman.
Or someone will be like, "Wow, if only I could put like." Yeah, let's not actually say that.
Yeah, like
Yeah, save that for the after show.
basically we can put it this way. The text chat basically did just say, "Oh boy, I really would love if there were just less minorities."
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
And that was the entirety of the text chat. It wasn't Chinese bots spamming you with other advertisements.
Kind of like in Ian's stream.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Man, we can just jump from topic to topic like smooth as butter here.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're friends.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
It's almost like we sort of kind of planned it. Well, Ian, hit us up.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of my streams, I've started streaming. Which has been a fairly fun experience, and thank you to Zach for helping to encourage me to actually do it.
My pleasure.
Kind of hesitant to for a long time because it's like I didn't think I'd be very good at it. Whereas like I'm not great at just like talking constantly for 3 hours. So I was like, oh, is it gonna be entertaining? I'm not that great at Overwatch actually. So like, is it gonna be boring? I just lose a deathmatch time and time again. But I've been having fun. I've done it twice now that I've streamed and just did competitive deathmatch and lost the majority of my matches. But it's fun because I get to talk with chat. See all these familiar faces popping up, or names, I guess. And yeah, so that's been a very fun new thing to experiment with now that, you know, like, there's nothing to talk about with Overwatch or Overwatch 2. So it's like, what do I do?
You might as well experiment and do some things.
No, they're
not too high effort.
They're fun, especially once Ian starts to get tired. And the stream ends with everyone chanting garbage. And then you get amazing quotes like, you don't chant garbage to get garbage, you chant garbage to garbage.
It's true, though. Can't fault me on that.
Yeah, I did quote you on that.
You can't fault me on it, I said. Because, you know, it just works.
It does just work.
Like the man himself says, it just works. Yeah, so the garbage chant is a chant to get non-garbage cosmetics out of loot boxes. You chant garbage and you get legendaries. It just works.
and then there's the race that I have with the other mod in the chat
with Proto
to ban the spam bots that would come through, and I lost every single time.
Deleting other people's messages by mistake.
I ended up deleting some other person's message by accident.
Incredible, Astro. Just
you
incredible.
did a great job.
Your competence has been achieved.
Listen.
You didn't ban that person.
No.
Deleted their message.
I wasn't like aiming to ban like I was with the bots. I just hit the wrong button.
Oh.
Yeah. The issue is that, you know, I'm like, oh boy, I'm gonna race with Proto, and Proto is like, he's cybernetic or something because he's able to do it fucking instantly, and I'm like,
lightning.
I'm like, oh boy, I can get rid of this message, and it's gone.
It's like, fuck you. Delete someone that knows your message. Oh.
Yeah. But nonetheless, Astro, I super duper appreciate you taking on the mod role and helping out with that.
Oh yeah, no.
Sometimes.
I mean, you know, you're there. You're a good backup for when Proto, you know, looks away from the screen or something.
Yeah.
So.
Because God knows I don't have anything else to look away yet. So.
When Proto starts downloading Skyrim mods.
Yeah.
He plays Skyrim.
Yeah, Skyrim mods. I mean, that's only because for some reason you don't want to continue your Oblivion playthrough. I guess maybe I'll have to donate money to you for you to do that.
Maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, can we donate to your stream nest to get you to play a specific game?
Maybe? I mean, I haven't set up my donations quite yet. Like, not easily.
Okay, Ness, I have an excellent game that you should try. It's about a shinobi missing an arm, and you're gonna play the whole fucking thing.
Is Sekiro?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I guess I'll play the whole thing.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
I got $5. I gotta play it.
It's
you
true.
have to know
If you don't play Souls, the best one to start with is Sekiro.
I guess so. You have to know
Yeah.
this thing. It's like I played Dark Souls 3, and I'll like get past the tutorial boss and think, "Wow, I feel no better," and then quit playing.
Yeah, he got clapped by Gundyr for like 2 hours, and then just
No.
The wee lamb.
yeah.
First time playing, I got clapped by him for 2 hours. Second time playing, I beat him third try.
Okay.
But I beat him, and I was like, okay, well, I feel no better, and the controls are still just as clunky. I'm still getting shit on by basic enemies as often as bosses.
That's
So I
Dark
guess we'll just
Souls.
stop.
That's Dark Souls.
It's a Dark Souls, baby.
But I don't enjoy getting clapped by fucking basic enemies.
Well, the thing is that you'll like Sekiro more because Sekiro is a lot faster. Sekiro is a lot it's nimble.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh wait! Now I realize why I don't like the mod that I installed.
why?
It takes the camera system from Souls-likes.
Oh no! Okay, yeah, that's bad.
No, like it's really good if you're like used to it.
Oh, okay.
Like, the
I
camera
like it.
system is really good.
I like it until I hate it, but I think that's every Souls player.
Yeah.
No,
I actually saw a very good video recently,
okay.
and it was about I think I sent it to you guys. I can't remember.
I think
But
you did like QA testing.
Yeah. It was basically about end of the short of it. It was kind of like this catchy. I'll send the link here, but it was this kind of clickbaity like title, like, does Elden Ring need an easy mode? And I think it was done by Mert KK. I think that's her name.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'll bring it up at some point. But it's a very good video about like how some people might really not get into any of the Soulsborne games, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the reasons why that might happen.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
It is good. It's really good.
It is so good. It is so thorough and so with easy modes and gaming, it kind of gets a little contentious when sometimes I think a lot of people miscommunication about like what it means and also why it's needed in some games, why it isn't in others, and it gets contentious. And like the reason why a lot of people don't get into Soulsborne's game is more a case of like it's so niche.
It's inaccessible.
It tailors to a very specific person, and sometimes you're that person, and sometimes you just ain't.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of Souls-likes, it's like I want to fight the boss, not my controller.
Yeah. I mean that's Dark Souls 1. That's Dark Souls 1.
Yeah, but that's me with every Souls-like. Like I hate moving in third person already.
Oh, okay.
I hate combat in first person. I usually don't play melee in games that I can select a class with.
Right.
And then I have to beat a big fuck off guy with hitboxes flying everywhere.
Nah, man, it's just like that meme, you know. It's
it just works.
No, you know,
just
it's like
works.
it's that one that I showed Jazz. You know, it's like when a Souls player comes across the big fucking scary monster. You know.
Oh, easy peasy. When there's a
it's
little
the
human person, little woman.
Yeah.
Oh my god, run away.
But when it's a woman with a fucking Sephiroth sword and a Valkyrie helmet, fucking forget it. That took me 30 hours that I'll never get back, and emotional scarring.
Listen. Players who play like any of the Soulsborne games are kind of misogynist after.
What?
It's you to be misogynist.
They hate this woman so much, they hate every woman.
Okay, so okay, well,
Like in an understandable way.
it's like okay, it's like going through Lady Maria, then going through Sister Fried, then going through Melania.
Oh, just cancerous.
Yeah.
Sometimes toxic femininity. You know what I mean?
Oh god.
Anyway, Zach, you're being very quiet for someone.
Yeah, Zach, it's your turn. What do you got?
It's your turn.
And well, I like Dead by Daylight. It's a good game. Sometimes I play it with Ian.
You have once.
Yeah.
As he says,
Hopefully
sometimes.
again soon this week for sure.
I mean, you also play Yu-Gi-Oh, and so do Ness and I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do that.
And he's so incredibly good at it that he can make his own cards.
Yeah.
Really?
I
No,
don't think
he-
that has anything to do with goodness. I just think that has to do with the patience to deal with the Lua scripting.
No, like, Ian, he literally made his own, like, program, and then made cards and rules for it. And then he was like, okay, I'm just going to integrate this into the official version. And then put all of it in there, and is now updating that, too.
Well, it's not
Isn't
super impressive. It's like kind of cool, but it's not really impressive. It's just a thing. It's a thing that we can do.
Isn't that like cheating?
No,
No.
you can't play them against like players in that game that
Okay.
aren't playing with the mod.
Well,
Anyway,
even
the
if you're
real
playing
game
with
is like
friends.
far more broken,
Yeah.
so I really wouldn't even compare.
Yeah,
that.
actually, the official game is far...
Says I win, and just
Yeah,
so,
play the win card.
the official
So,
game is
it-
far more
here's a
broken than the
fun
Zex
fact.
version.
One at a
The original
time.
game has progressed past Zek's version, like
Yeah.
tenfold.
Yeah, like, in the actual game, there might as well be cards that are like, I win. Like,
They're cards that
things,
they'll
though.
say like, if this effect resolves, you win, but it will never resolve because there's like negates flying everywhere.
yeah.
There's a yeah.
Think
What it
about,
really comes down to is that like Yu-Gi-Oh is just a game of like, how many times can you tell the player across the table from you no? And the person who can say no more often wins.
That was previous format. Nowadays, it's like how many times can you activate an effect without dying to masquerade?
or
Oh yes, because the burn damage, right?
or,
yeah.
or you could just play the way I play. And Ian, I'll give you 3 guesses about the way I play.
Slam your head into the opponent,
Yes.
metaphorically.
Oh,
They
no,
attack.
I use the fucking Unga Bunga 4,000 attack.
The number isn't 4,000 or higher. Astro is not playing it.
I mean, that's not an exaggeration.
That's basically how I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh when I played it as like a kid. I haven't touched it in like over a decade at this point, but
We could
yeah,
probably,
it's a
I
big
could probably
number.
get
Throw
you
it
up
on
to
the
snuff.
field.
If you want to, I can probably get you up to snuff.
Yeah, just drag Ian in. We got a group of other people.
I don't know if I could ever go
All
back to
equally
Yu-Gi-Oh.
bad, by the way.
Yeah,
Dude, Duelist Kingdom format, dude. We can do it.
we're all equally dog shit at the game. So
Oh,
Except for like maybe me and Zek.
Yeah, maybe.
Martine is kind of
I guess,
scary.
like, we have
Martine's also
another
pretty good.
player. We have another player in our group who just like literally wants to play the way modern Yu-Gi-Oh was played, but with us. So he's just like, you don't get to do this and you don't get to do that, and now all of your stuff is gone, and yeah, you don't get to have fun. But like, I mean, that's kind of just a part of it, right? Everybody has different personalities when it comes to the cards that they play and the effects that they like to use and the monsters that they like. And the advantage of having your own format is that if somebody really likes something, then you can make it for them, or if they really don't like something, then you can slightly change it to make it less egregious, which is really cool.
Yeah, like for
You can
example,
just like remove skill drain, which
Yes.
drains the skill from the match.
for
Remove skill drain.
for example, Ian, Zek took my favorite real card and made it actually viable.
Actually, good.
like
And,
rebalancing it as opposed to just creating a brand new thing.
and he
Yeah.
did create a number of brand new cards.
Yeah, I assumed as.
And
To support like how the
Dragon,
card
yeah.
works.
he made an entire deck of dragon monsters for me, entirely named after scientists. And the big boss monster is Carl Sagan.
That's great.
It's very fitting.
So are these ones you just posted, or these ones you made, Zach?
No, this is just really funny things. Like the first thing
Okay.
is just a card that actually can be used. It's a reference to the anime, and the second thing is I can't even believe that this is Astro's favorite card, Montage Dragon. I cannot believe it's ultimate rare. I don't
Never
even know
read the
how
real
much money
effect. This card cannot be normal. Some other substances. Root monsters.
It's terrible. It's
Sending
terrible.
3. The graveyard.
Oh,
is...
it's $30.
Well, that's because it's an ulti.
Yeah,
Probably very limited.
terrible card.
It's probably in a
Horrible.
bad set too.
Yeah.
Oh, it
it's
is. It's
bad
a
set.
terrible set.
It's in the Duelist Genesis, which was like literally crap.
It's bad. It's all
Actual
bad. It's all
dog water
It's all
set.
garbage.
Yeah, literally all. Well, except for like Stardust Dragon Ghost Rare, right? That was like the one good thing in that set, but It's been years since I played Paper Yu-Gi-Oh. I think like I played one game of Paper Yu-Gi-Oh with the Nexus across Discord, and that was really scuffed.
Yeah, I haven't played it in probably. I haven't played Paper Yu-Gi-Oh in probably as long as it has been since Ian last played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh boy.
Holy.
Yeah.
If I ever show up to your doorstep, Astro, I will bring 2 or more decks with me.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be able to handle your Series 5 bullshit.
Don't worry about
As
it.
long
I have,
as,
like, a
as
blue
long as you
deck
bring
and, like,
Nibiru, I'll be happy.
I don't have Nibiru. That card is $30.
Bring me the big ass rock, Ness.
Yeah. So
Isn't it like
Yu-Gi-Oh used to be that you can you like summon 1, maybe 2 monsters, and then like sit on that, and then wait till next turn, and then go off from there, right? Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays is like, well, Yu-Gi-Oh for then after that a while was like, okay, well if you don't like summon a big boy, but like summoning 8 monsters in a turn, then you're probably not gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
Then they released a card that was like, okay, when your opponent summons 5 or more times in a turn, nuke the field.
Bye.
From the hand.
Yeah.
It's just unstoppable.
It's dumb. It's also
Really
where Ness and I learned about the big ass rock meme,
Ah,
the song,
it's a big ass rock, alright.
and that's where
Something sort of like a cinder block.
and what I subsequently then assigned to Accretion, Sigma's Accretion,
Oh yeah.
as the big ass rock.
Accretion isn't quite as devastating, though.
Oh, it's
if that
funny
gives
though.
you any idea.
It's funny.
Yeah. Accretion in Overwatch 2 is a bit more devastating.
Oh,
That's a bit more like the big ass rock.
It is like a big ass rock. But anyways, are we safe to move on to what I've been up to? I guess I'm the last person.
Yeah, go ahead,
Oh.
Astro.
All
Go
right.
ahead, boy.
All right, so I'm not gonna touch on the first one too much. The first one has been a lot of Pokemon fan games that I just play on like my phone and PC because I like fan games more than I like the official games for the most part. And there's this one fan game that Ness and I played called Insurgents, which I think safe to say was a joy all around.
It was great.
Yeah, it was
Probably one of the longest games I've ever played. And to see Martijn consistently refuse my advice only to suffer because of it every single time is just great.
Yeah, so just for context, Jazz, in Insurgents,
Yeah.
there's a lot of new megas and stuff like that.
Yes.
And one of the new megas is Primal Giratina. And
Okay.
You're forced to capture it.
yeah, you're forced. Well, you're not forced to capture it, but you only have one chance to. If you fuck it up, that's it. You can't do it. And Martijn spent, I think, a month
Yeah, a month trying to catch it
trying
because
just
this
resetting and
motherfucker
trying to catch it. Yeah,
this motherfucker went into the room, saved, and then realized he had 2 Pokeballs.
yeah.
Standard Pokeballs,
So,
mind you.
and this is another thing incredible about this fan game. It has online functionality. So I had to fucking trade him a Master Ball so that he could fucking do it.
Right.
It was fun all around. Anyways, yes. So Ness and I played that. I think probably a year ago now. It was a lot of fun.
More than a year ago, I think.
It's still my personal favorite Pokemon game. But then last night, this Pokemon fan game called Reborn, which has been in development since I was 12, finally dropped its final version. And I've been hoping Ness and I could play through it. So that's
I might try it.
yeah. That's what's been going on with that.
And Nintendo hasn't realized it just yet, or?
Nintendo is unusually merciful. I said this to Ian last night because I think at this point the fan games, they're using software and graphics that are so
Far
outdated.
from what they're doing.
Yeah, like the most high end fan games at this point are using like the Gen 5 engine.
Yeah, and those are like not even games yet. They're tech projects.
They're tech projects, yeah. So like for example, Insurgents is using the Gen 4, Reborn is using Gen 3.
Insurgents is using a Gen 4 and Gen 3 hybrid engine.
Yes, that's true. It's using a hybrid engine. But the graphics are Gen 3 and Gen 4. So, yeah. Besides that, I've been playing Elden Ring. I haven't been playing
Big
it much. I haven't been playing it much. I want to stream whatever I really do, so I've basically been wandering around collecting stuff.
Right.
Because I need to build the courage to actually start throwing myself at bosses again, because I literally have 2 more bosses until I reach the end of the game.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
So fucked up by the blade wielding woman.
I was so fucked up by my 30 hours against Melania and this one other boss before her, that it's just been like, am I ready for this yet?
Oh no!
Well, until you try.
And but there's also this third boss that I didn't really elaborate on because I was just sort of like, fuck it, I'm just gonna cheese this thing, which has like easily the coolest music I think in the game, but it's also just like a really shit gank battle. Like they tried to do Ornstein and Smo, but they did it really badly. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Not fun. Not
No.
fun.
But honestly,
Anti-fun.
there's a lot of great bosses in that game. Though.
Oh, that was the first guy you were struggling with, right?
What the?
That I watched. You like clang your head into for like a good 10 hours or
Are you
more.
talking about the Beast?
Yeah, like the guy and like the beast-looking thing.
Yeah, that's the first guy I was talking about. I'm talking about this second battle. It's like 2 dudes. That it's a fucking nightmare. But, no, it's that too. But no, it has a lot. That I will admit I don't think I like it as much as DS3, but it's very close. It's a lot of it comes down to the bosses and boss music. Like it has a lot of banging boss tracks, but man, I don't think any of them are quite like the Soul of Cinder or Slave Knight Gale or Dark Eater Midir or the Twin Princes, which I know had Jazz on her knees.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm having like a small PTSD moment here.
Yeah. And it I don't think it was nearly as good as like the soundtracks for like Lady Maria or anything like that. But it's got a lot of good ones. I don't know how far Jazz has gotten, but there's if you haven't gotten too far, there's plenty of good ones ahead of you.
In fairness, I haven't gotten too far ahead because Elden Ring kind of dropped when I was moving.
Right, of course.
And so I've been kind of playing catch up on everyone.
Yeah, that's fair.
And which is why I've been very, very quiet because I'm like, oh, I don't want to be spoiled, but also I'm just gonna look away for a second.
Yeah, no, like I'm trying to be pretty careful so Jazz doesn't get spoiled.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because I it's the one thing I just don't want to be spoiled on. Listen, I'm not really much of a spoiler person, you know what I mean? I'm not much of a, but it's just with Soulsborne and especially with Elden Ring, a lot of it is just the exploration. That's the fun part.
Yeah.
So.
Soulsborne games are about exploration and slamming your head into walls. So.
Yeah.
You gotta
exactly.
preserve one half of that.
Like, obviously, I know about the fucking demon lady with the sword.
Yep. She was in the trailer, so.
Exactly. She's like, in fairness, I know about her.
She's the
I don't know
poster.
where she is, though.
She's like the poster boss. Sorry?
She doesn't know where it is.
Yeah, she doesn't know where
I
it is. And,
Yeah.
I know she's in a really stupid place.
Yeah, she's... oh, God. Ness and I spent...
You'll find it eventually.
Yeah, Ness and I spent 5 hours figuring it out. Yeah.
I was there for 5 hours as he figured it out.
Yeah. And even then, it took me looking it up, so...
And I heard about the legendary, Let Me Solo Her.
Yeah. I wish I had him.
What a guy.
I wish I had him.
Who wants to really quickly explain for the audience who this lad is? Who this mad bastard is?
I think Aster can at least explain just how terribly, awfully strong this boss is.
Oh, I'm not going to explain the gimmick mechanic because I don't want Jazz to be spoiled. But it's fucked.
It's really difficult. And then in Dark Souls, well, in Souls-like games, you can summon a guy that either helps you or like kills you, you know? So there was this guy that will invade your game because like he will like, hey,
Well, you can summon him. It doesn't invade.
you can summon him. He joins your game, but his name is Can I Solo Her?
That's let me solo her.
Yeah, let me solo her. Has a pot in his head. Has like has no armor, just a pot in his head, 2 swords, and will absolutely giga stomp one of the hardest bosses in the game for you. And all he asks of you is that you do not interfere.
It's just incredible.
What a fucking Chad.
To be fair, to beat Melania, I had to summon like 3 people because I was just done. It was sort of like what Ness was describing before, where it's like I beat this, but it doesn't feel good. So yeah, that's let me solo her. It's and the funny thing is that like this guy's completely anonymous. Like nobody has any clue who this guy is beyond just what he does.
Let me solo her.
It's
What
incredible
a thing to do.
Yeah. That Jazz just put up the image.
Yeah, there he is.
Let me solo her.
That's him.
Ian, what do you got to say
hero.
about this impeccable fashion?
This character is a legend that I'm looking at right here.
It's not
based
an
off of
in-game
what you
character.
described.
That's
No,
a person.
but when I say character, I mean like a person can be a character.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh
like,
yeah. He is a character. All right.
He's just unbelievable.
All right, gang. Who do I pick as the thumbnail? Let me solo her or Pokemon?
Yeah.
Probably let me solo.
Probably
her.
let me solo her.
Do you know what? I'll mock up two thumbnails. We'll decide.
All right, that works too. All right, and then the last thing I've been playing is another one of my personal favorite games of all time, The Witcher 3.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm plugged right back into this conversation.
Yeah. So Jazz was the one who got me into The Witcher.
Yeah.
And
through very subtle means, as in I just bugged you until you eventually played it.
yeah.
That's just what I do with like Deltarune or Minecraft.
And oh my god, people know about The Witcher mostly through the Netflix show, but like if you haven't read the books and like played the fucking games, what are you doing?
Oh, the books are so fucking good.
Like, and when I play the game, there's. I don't know how Jazz feels about this. That my favorite character in the series is a game exclusive character. Oh
no.
do you know who it is?
Who is it?
It's Gontar
Who are you
O'Dim.
thinking of? Oh.
O'Dim is my favorite character in the series. Absolutely 100%.
Yeah. I am slightly disappointed, but anyway.
Oh, okay, well, listen. There are other characters who I absolutely adore. Other characters that fall under characters I absolutely adore are like Regis, Dijkstra, Cahir, Zoltan, Milva, Vilgefortz. But like, man, Gontar O'Dim is freaky as shit, and I love it.
He is a fantastic villain. And in fairness, I can't remember which DLC he was majorly a part of.
The first one.
It's been a while. Yeah, what was the first
Hearts
one?
of
Was
Stone.
that Blood and Wine?
Hearts and Stone.
Hearts of Stone! Hearts of Stone.
Blood and Wine was the one with Regis, yeah.
Yeah. In fairness, this is like, we're talking about like unlocking memories from like years ago.
Yeah.
I actually really should replay The Witcher 3.
It's so
Probably
good.
should.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so. The thing is, right? The actual gameplay itself, not the best. Mainly because Geralt has 0 weight.
That's true.
He flies in the face of danger. But like in terms of like actual gameplay loop, i.e., like trying to discover what's more effective towards this monster or that character and stuff like that. That's kind of that shit. I love that shit.
I mean, you say he flings himself headfirst into the enemy, but it's like, let's be honest. He's always been a grumbly, lovable idiot.
Yeah. Oh, Geralt is. I love Geralt. I have like past tense. I used to have. Because it was utterly fucking smashed in the move.
Oh,
Do you know my little Geralt statue with him in the bath?
Oh, that got destroyed? No.
Yeah, it did.
No.
But I heard. You see, the thing is, never hire an uncle to do anything.
Oh my god.
Never. Because I heard him. I heard like this great big crash, and then I heard him say, "Oh no."
no.
And then very quickly, like, do you think she'll like this?
I suppose
like,
not.
I mean, like, all of the limbs gone, his head gone, just everything was destroyed. I was so upset.
Jeez.
Yeesh.
Thank God it was cheap, though.
I mean, yeah.
The statue ended up like that poor fucking villager I ended up fighting in the game. Both limbs missing, so is his head.
just you can't step up out of that one. You can't really get up at that after that, you know.
But
you can only do so much.
yeah, but no, I've been playing Witcher 3. I fucking love that game. I think this is the 4th time I've played through it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and like just because of who I am, once Jazz got me into it, I kind of ended up becoming encyclopedic, and so I know kind of ludicrous amounts to like really specific details. That's just sort of how I am. But
What was that random whoa in the background of someone's?
That's just things happening in my house.
oh,
Oh, okay.
Dutch chaos.
Dutch chaos.
Yeah.
Just fall off a ladder or something, like.
I don't know what happened. And I don't care.
But no, that's what I've been up to. I'm currently at the part with the crones. Like I'm currently at the part where like it's the very end of the Bloody Baron quest line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
where it really gets fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. So
God, I really need to replay it. I don't know whether or not. Do you know what? Surprisingly enough, I haven't watched the Netflix series,
you haven't?
and I don't know. No, I haven't. And the thing is, right?
Yeah.
I know Henry Cavill is a huge fan of the series,
Oh yeah.
and I've heard very positive, like pretty positive things about the show itself. That
Yeah.
it's a little bit confusing if you haven't read the books, which don't worry, I have, so I probably should be fine.
Yeah. Same with me.
But I just haven't dedicated the time.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, right? It's like the first season is basically it's basically just all the short stories from The Last Wish. Right?
Yes, I know. I've heard about this.
And then the second one is basically just Blood of Elves.
Yeah.
Like the second season is Blood of Elves. Except things are kind of switched around. Like for example,
Spoiler alert, I guess.
well, no,
to
it's
everyone.
not spoiler. I'm just saying like the timeline is mixed differently. Like for example, what's the name of the short story where Geralt goes to see the cursed guy in his house and there's a Bruxa?
Oh, yeah. Where he like does the smoochie, and then they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to kill her, and then they end up killing her because like
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
TM
Yeah.
that I won't spoil, but like yeah.
Anyways, they put that at the very beginning of season 2, and so by that point, Geralt actually has Ciri, so it plays out differently.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I won't reveal the most bullshit thing that they do. It happens pretty early on, but as soon as you see it, Jazz, you'll know immediately what I mean by the most bullshit thing that they do.
I mean, it's sort of like recently I just caught up with Stranger Things as well, because I heard my sister was raving about the season 4,
Yeah.
and she was like, "You better watch it, but watch it," and she was kind of bugging me with it, and I kind of brunted through season 2 and 3, and I actually genuinely enjoyed season 4. So go figure. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I find myself not really interested in a lot of Netflix adaptations or series.
Yeah.
recently.
I mean, I would.
And
Go ahead.
I think it's more the model of like, here's the entire season. Okay, bye.
Well, but that's the American thing. I know in Eastern Asia, that's not what they do. They do it episodically, but for some reason they do it that way here. Yeah.
You see, the only thing I like doing that if I'm watching it with a friend and we watch it during dinner or something like that. It's kind of the only time I really appreciate those, like, that module, but like, I don't know, it just gets so overwhelming, and I'm like, oh god, I have like 6 hours of this fucking show that I have to watch. Okay, I'll watch it when I have like some time, and then like a year passes, and you're like, oh no, there's like 6 more hours now.
Well, I
top of the other 6 hours.
I will say about the Netflix series that this first season is definitely better, and I really wish that they let Henry Cavill have more influence on it, because I think it would be better if he had more influence on it. But it's okay. It's good. I wouldn't say it's bad by any means. It's okay. But it's definitely not anywhere near like the books or the games in terms of like quality.
Honest to goodness, if I can do anything with my minuscule power on this fucking podcast, it is to encourage people to read the books. They're so good. And to be honest, if you're not interested in short stories, I would just get into the mainline series. You know, I would kind of skip the last issue. Or audiobooks as well. Those are really good options as well. But please read the books. They're so good. They're quite different from the games, but they're so good.
They're so good. Yeah. But it's nice because, unlike in a lot of franchises where it's like there's just like a huge quality disparity between different mediums, like they're both really good. Like they both really have their own strengths and weaknesses between the books and the games. So I definitely recommend it. Excellent series.
I'm the same. I'm just really invested in the Witcher like universe, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because like I just end up liking it. There's like always some aspect that I genuinely very enjoy, and I know if I watch the series, I will very enjoy what they do with Yennefer, because I already even from like trailers and little snippets that I've seen, I'm like, oh yeah, they understand it. I dig this. I dig this so much. But it's just more of a commitment thing. I'm a bit flaky.
Yeah.
And speaking of Witcher and the games, fucking surprise drop.
Oh yeah, they're just like, here's the next Witcher game. We don't have a title for it, but here's a picture. I'm like,
what?
It's
very bringing a full circle to BioWare. It's just a random PNG.
Can you, maybe we can find it. Let me see if I can find it.
Some games will be like, they'll make it the biggest thing that has happened on Earth.
Yeah. And
then the next like other company will be like, one tweet with a blurry JPEG. Enjoy.
Right.
So like the difference between Cyberpunk and this.
And then there's the other hook where it's just indie dev posting their game on Steam, says nothing, leaves, becomes banger.
Yeah.
There you go.
Actually, the last game I actually played was I was very slow to this, but a game called Over the Moon.
Oh.
Or To the Moon.
Okay.
To the Moon?
I've heard of that game.
I think I might have as well. Is it on Steam?
Lads.
That's like the RPG Maker game, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It came out on Switch, and I just kind of saw that it was like a fucking $5, and I was like, all right, I'll throw it. And like my friends had recommended it to me, and I threw it on. I finished it in one go, and I cried.
Yeah, that's basically what I've heard other people say about it as well.
Stupid. That's hold on. Is it To the Moon? So
I think it's To the Moon or Into the Moon or something like that. But it's a very, very sweet game. It's almost like you don't cry because it's necessarily sad. It's just so sweet and so heartfelt and so wholesome that you're like, oh, the tears.
Hold on. I'm gonna post a screenshot of what
and it has this fantastic way of
this
Oh yeah.
Which one?
You just posted it. Yep.
Is that?
Yep. That's it.
Okay.
According to Steam, I actually own the game. I didn't even realize.
What a Steam moment, by the way. Actually, just like, wait, I own this game?
All right.
Well, I know what I'm going to spend my next $5 on when you go on stream.
Oh boy.
I gotta
Oh.
bribe you.
Oh, this. I imagine this is like a slow-paced game that
It's
it's not
it actually
like Overwatch where it's high action or anything.
no. It's very much like a very strictly narrative game and very sparse on like with puzzles and stuff like that. But it's mainly a mystery.
This
And
could be an
how
interesting one to stream. Yeah.
it is very interesting to play, and it's like I think if you like doing voices and stuff like that, it would be actually really fun. And it's also so fucking funny as well.
Hmm.
There's
Ian,
like there's
library check. What's your game count?
Oh God. Let me see.
Under
Library.
uncategorized, I'm just checking because I'm guessing you haven't categorized literally everything.
Not everything. I have categorized a decent number. Let me see.
Oh, have I?
Uncategorized 247.
Oh!
Okay, so I have uncategorized 119, and I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 folders of 10 or more games.
I have 11.
11
How?
games.
I have 11
Steam
games on
library of
Steam.
11.
Do you not play games? Like, what's going on there?
I play mostly like Overwatch and because the way I am, right, is I play like a few games, but I play them a fuck ton.
Okay.
Yes.
So like I have at least like 300 400 hours on every single one of the games I have in there.
Well, actually, you have to know, like, 90% of these games I have 0 hours on.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I only buy games if I really know I want to play them.
Well, I haven't bought these games. They were either in, like, bundle deals that I got, or
Oh.
some other way they managed to find their way into my library.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I always just kind of the way I do it is I'm like, I know what game I want, I'm going to buy it, I'm gonna play it a ton. I don't look at it beyond that. I'm just like, bundles, I don't know. I'll just buy the game I want.
Because it's like, there's, like, one game I do really want in that bundle,
Yeah,
and it's, like, cheaper than getting the game normally anyways.
right.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'll get, Ultra Kill in, like, a movement shooter bundle.
Ultra Kill. Oh god. That game is hard to look at.
That's the point.
It's just like this is an
It's hard to
acid
kill.
trip.
Ultra Kill is a fucking acid trip of a game. It's really fun.
Imagine
So, Ian, you probably would. Do you like fast-paced shooters? I mean, you do play Overwatch.
Yes. Would you consider Overwatch specifically a fast-paced shooter?
I would consider it an over-the-top shooter.
Okay. Would Counter-Strike be considered a fast-paced shooter? Because that's what I thought of initially when you said that.
Well, think
Anything
of
where
this.
it's like the combat of the entire match lasts like 15 seconds. It says nope, one team won. Like that's what I think of when.
That's like the maxed length. No, think of it like if you've ever seen Quake gameplay, think of that, but like in 2 times speed with crack, acid, and like other drugs.
and
Okay,
it's
no,
just
I don't.
all
But it looks
pastel
like
colors.
But it
I-
looks like Doom. It has actual Doom textures.
No, I don't think I'm really a fan of those types of shooters.
I can
You
show
don't
it
have
to
any
you.
time to
It's really
appreciate
funny.
anything. It's just die or make somebody else dead.
Yeah, it's I literally look at it, I'm like, I'm gonna puke, I'm gonna get motion sickness. These colors are ridiculous. It's so fast, he's flipping everywhere. It's
Yeah, it's not even like a game. It's like
it's like a
it's like throwing a
stressor on
baseball
your
or something. It's just a mechanic. Like
it's just a sensory stress.
Oh, there is a game with this. There's
I
definitely
mean, yeah,
a game.
but like, I don't know. There's not my type of game, I guess.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought
gonna
that
check this
too
out.
until Ultra Kill.
Ultra Kill.
Yeah,
Kill.
it's-
I'll write it down.
It's really
thing is-
fucking silly.
The thing about me is, I either want really cute, wholesome shit, or I want blood spatter. You know, like high octane. I can
Bloodborne.
barely see the screen. Yeah, exactly. I just want a Doom, Bloodborne, like stuff like
Yes.
that, where I want to feel alive, but also
The-
in a dead area.
The only way to heal in the game is to have enemies bleed on you.
Indeed.
Oh
Jazza-
hell yeah!
I remember
Jazza
seeing
definitely-
the artwork for this game, Ultra Kill, the like robot character.
Yeah.
Definitely recognize that.
The robot character gets around.
Kind of looks like Pathfinder.
He does a bit. It's like Pathfinder,
Ultra
but
kill.
cooler.
Oh yeah, it's just
Thanks for the.
I'm just fighting words.
Oh, Pathfinder is lovable. I think... I don't know their name. I think they're just called One.
man.
I'll
This
look-
game. I'm just looking at this, reminding myself, man, this game gave me a fucking headache to watch.
Oh yeah, I do like that. Aso did attempt to watch my stream of it.
It literally gave me motion sickness. And this is
I was
co-
just like casually chatting with him, in like perfectly headshotting guys with small hitboxes.
and this comes from someone who never gets motion sick. Like planes, boats, nothing gets me motion sick. Roller coasters, nothing.
I step in a car, I get motion sick.
This fucked me up because it's just so much visual sensory overload.
A fucking
Also-
video game that gives you like vertigo. Sign me the fuck up.
That's exactly what this does. It's just the
Oh, it
worst.
does give you vertigo in some places, yeah.
Oh, this looks like my jam. Oh yeah.
I've
I'm
also
gonna
been playing another game that I know Jazz probably enjoys. I played Stardew Valley.
Nice.
Oh,
Pretty
Stardew
fun.
Valley is just my comfort game.
I'm currently at like the turning point of summer and didn't realize that spring ended at day 29.
Oh no, is your crops ruined?
Yeah, so some of them I may or may not have made a bad crypto investment right there.
Oh no. Oh, you learn, babes. You
Yeah, the
learn.
cauliflower coin is very much dead.
Listen. When you can, go up to Robin's, get a calendar. It'll help you. Put it in your room.
I mean,
Trust
yeah, I
me.
guess I didn't really know that, you know, when the seasons end.
Well, don't you
Yeah,
worry.
so-
You're going to summer, right? I think that's blueberry season. So stock up on blueberries. You'll make up.
Jazz.
I know that because
What?
blueberries
I'm
grow
going to
here.
commandeer this right now because I really have to say this. I was trying to mention this earlier when you were talking about how you have this really soft side, but then you have a desire for blood. I really think you should try Dead by Daylight. I think it would suit you.
Oh my god. Well, actually, that's
I will
not.
second that motion.
It actually does have some Bloodborne vibes. It absolutely does. Not all the
check it
killers
out.
do, but some of them do.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Like, funnily enough, I know this is hilarious given this podcast, but I'm not too interested in multiplayer games, which I know is hilarious.
No, I'm the same way.
I know that's very ironic, but I'm not a huge fan of multiplayer games. But sure, I'll give it a go. I'll look into it.
What
I like
about the
multiplayer
aspect
games
of-
that I can play alone as well.
Well, yeah, but if you're playing killer in Dead by Daylight, you're playing against other people, but you don't have like teammates. So in a sense, it's kind of like
That's
playing
like a single player game.
You're trying to outsmart a very clever AI opponent, which is obnoxious little humans who, of course, play Survivor. But
Sure,
So-
I'll look into it.
Another good PvE game that I want to talk about. That's a game I have on my library. That I hope. Okay, Overwatch 2. Okay, literally can't compete, but also at least be half as good as this game. It's called Deep Rock Galactic.
Yes.
I was looking at that recently. That looks interesting.
It's really fun. It has actual infinite fucking progression, basically. Bunch of cosmetics. The game is so concerned with the fact that it's like, are we giving you value for money? That it will just infinitely release content that is... The game simultaneously goes between looking like dog shit and looking like actual gold.
Yeah, I mentioned it to Ian on his last stream. I don't know if he already knew about it though.
It's so good. I really liked playing it. I have a good 60 hours in it, which isn't a lot, but like that's more than the friends I played with.
Right.
I actually have a game just came to my mind. Has anyone played The Return of Obra Dinn?
Oh, I've seen people play it.
But I've heard very good things about it.
On Steam?
It is very, very good, and I highly recommend if you kind of want more
Obra
slow
Dinn.
paced. If you want a more slow paced game for Steam,
Oh,
go for
I
it.
saw this! This is really stylized.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's a
boy.
really interesting
That's
visual
fucking
style.
sick, man.
essentially, give you the play-by-play. It is essentially the Oberdin has returned to docks with 0 remaining passengers or sailors or anyone. It is deserted. So a detective. I think she's a woman. I'm not sure. You have this mystical time watch that you click open, and you can see parts of the past with dead bodies connected to dead bodies to figure out who died, who's everyone, who's who works where, are they dead, are they alive, how did they die, etc., etc. And it's so fucking good.
Yeah. Looks really, really neat.
It is very it's very good for like streaming and stuff like that. I imagine it's going to be so much fun if you have like other people with you.
Alright, once again, indie games are fucking killing it.
Oh yeah.
Everything
I'm
else
telling
shits
ya.
the bed.
My only critique is that like there's this very special chapter, and this isn't spoiling too much because it's at the very, very beginning. But essentially, there's this one chapter in the dead center of your book, a book of like chapters and stuff like that, where you can catalog who died where and what happened to this person and blah blah blah. But there's this whole chapter just gone missing. And you can't access it until the very end of the game. So you're thinking to yourself, oh shit, this must be like the most game-breaking, mind-blowing thing ever if they're keeping it to the very end. And you get to the end, and it's something you found out very blatantly 3 hours prior. And you're kind of sitting there like, I knew this. I don't know why this was held from me, but okay. But other than that, a fantastic game.
What's some
You
other
got a
games?
list, Ian. You got a list.
Yeah. Speaking of indie games, actually, the one game I actually have been playing recently, because I mentioned before I haven't been doing much in terms of games. Dwarf Romantic. Are you guys familiar with this game?
Hold on. How do you
Dwarf
spell this?
Romantic.
Dwarf Romantic.
Is it like-
DORF.
Is it like
On Steam.
Is it like a dating sim for fucking Ganondorf?
No,
Dwarf
unfortunately
Romantic.
not. Have you ever
Oh.
played the board game Carcassonne or Rivers, Roads, and Rails? I think it's called.
No.
It's basically
Sounds-
like you're building an environment by matching up tiles with like matching sides, and you try to make like regions. You make like a town or a forest or a lake, and match similar tiles to get more tiles, and just keep going. And you
Bit
just
like
go
a
as
town.
long as you can until you run out of tiles.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And you have to strategize
so.
to get more tiles and keep going. This is a game, I think it like fully released just recently. I just got it like a week or two ago and have been playing it, and it's so relaxing. It's
this
like
looks
the
like-
perfect chill game.
This looks like if a board game had the benefits of like being a video game.
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, you know, you'd play this and be like, wow. And then you look at the clock and you realize that the clock's the same time. It's just been 4 days have passed.
Pretty much. I mean, this has been like in the evening, I'll just sit down, like turn on a podcast or something, and just spend 2-3 hours just playing this.
Yeah.
This has been my relaxation thing recently.
Put on an
fun.
episode of
Aw.
Trash Taste, watch this, and then die.
I've actually recently gotten really into Trash Taste.
Yeah, they're great. It's
Oh, I
like
fucking
watching
love 'em.
it's like watching Top Gear without the racism.
Do you know what? I was thinking the exact same thing. They do have like the Top Gear vibe,
Yeah.
especially the specials.
Especially the
Oh my
specials.
god. Okay, yeah, I've seen clips from this before.
Yeah, Trash
Oh, they're-
Taste is
Oh, I gotta check this out. Okay.
Ahaha, we fucked them. Nexus, we
got
fucked
him.
them.
We got him, Jazz.
We got him. High five, brother.
Oh man, the last thing I need is another podcast on my list, but
Don't worry, you
Oh,
can always
no.
watch 100 million VTubers instead.
Listen, we're on one right now.
We
This is
are?
so meta.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, we are on a podcast, that's true.
I'm on a podcast. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm being recommended even more podcasts. What is my life coming to?
Technically, you're listening to
You
one
will
right
look-
now.
You will look into the mirror, and instead of a robot, you will blink, and it will be a podcast.
What does that even mean?
You just see a WAV file.
Exactly. You just see a file.
One super long sound clip. It's
One
like,
super
what have I
long
become?
WAV file.
Oh my god.
All right, I think those are all the games that I can really think of.
Yeah, what was that one thing you were talking about, Ian? Is that the channel? Is that what you're talking about?
No, okay, so yeah, the other thing I can mention, what I've actually been spending most of my time working on recently.
Oh yes.
Not video games, but I have undertaken a creative writing project that I'm working on.
Oh shit.
Which is a story that I actually started like years ago, like 3 years ago or something, worked on a bit and then sort of burnt out on, haven't touched it. But then a couple weeks ago I picked it up again, and this story has been like my primary focus for the past couple weeks in terms of what I've been working on.
Oh,
So,
Ian, fabulous.
yeah, I've always wanted to do like a story and like stuff like that, and like I've done a few little like smaller projects, but this is one that I'm trying to really focus on and refine my writing skills and stuff with. So
Like a book.
We
Aw.
should actually we should talk about that, because I actually have done a lot of creative writing stuff myself.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, maybe that could be like a whole separate episode, honestly, talking about creative writing.
Yeah.
Because like this
Hell
project I'm
yeah.
working on, like it's not at a point where I'm ready to like really show it to people. Like I've showed it to a couple of my like close friends, my personal life, just for like feedback and stuff. And I don't know, maybe at some point I'll put it out publicly for people to read if they're interested. But for now, it's just sort of a work in progress. But yeah, totally, talking about writing stuff could be interesting for a future episode.
Well, Ian, if you ever need help, definitely hook me up, man. You know my
Yeah, because
credentials.
Jazz does writing too,
Oh, yeah.
so.
You've got some
Yeah.
writers and book readers. I'm none of those. The most I'll read is a fucking description for a mod.
So those can get pretty long from what I've seen. So
Yeah, no, I kind of skip through most of it until it becomes a problem.
Pure monkey brain energy.
It's like green text, yes.
you gotta
Like
read
that.
through all the code to figure out why it's not working.
The thing that Ness has the easiest time just kind of focusing on is that fucking stupid meme of the spinning rat.
I'll post it.
That's what Ness is good at focusing on.
Well, he needs the brain space for memes,
Well, okay, so
Trust me, he's got plenty of them.
completely obvious. I have just actual horrendous ADHD. So I can't sit down to read a book because I'll either, sit there for the rest of the day or not enjoy it and close the book after 2 seconds.
Right.
Have you? I'm gonna throw out a suggestion. Have you tried audiobooks?
Yes. It's like a podcast, but like with less things to laugh at, usually.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so here's the rat. Oh.
This isn't even the multiplying one.
No, okay, wait, spinning rat. No.
Show us the
It's
rat.
10 hours.
So it's 10 hours.
That's a 10-hour version. Spinning rat multiply.
Is this just like your brain? Like what it
Yes,
does when it-
trust me, it is.
This is what goes on inside Ness's brain.
It's... Yeah.
No.
Oh, I'm just seeing the gift sets you put in, Zek. Ooh, they look really cool. So do you play as like a murderer hunting victims?
Yes.
Or you play at the victim being murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pick your choice, right? So there's 2 different queues, there's 2 different like grading systems. The game is relatively different for survivors and killers. Killers play in first person, and they have very different gameplay elements that they have to deal with. Survivors play in third person and are much slower than the killer in most cases. So it's very much you trying to manage a whole bunch of things and resources while the survivors try to it's very hard to explain the dynamic. You'd have to play it yourself. The game also feels very different to play than to watch. I would say it doesn't watch very well.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I would, yeah.
Also, like playing survivors versus playing killer is a very different experience.
Yeah, it's not even the same game, like at all.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Completely different. And both have their own like perks. Like I enjoy playing both, but like for completely different reasons because they're so different.
Yes, indeed. When you're playing a survivor, you kind of get the ability to be more of like a troll. You have the ability to teabag, right? So you can you can do some things to the killer which are very irritating to them. You know, you can bother them. You can act like a petulant child. Kind of like if you remember those games in the Overwatch custom game browser, which is like 10 Little Torblets versus Daddy Reinhardt or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I look like and think. Yeah, that's Dead by Daylight, but worse.
Right, precisely. Dead by Daylight, but extremely terrible. DVD also has kind of like the appeal of it. I think is also hard to explain because it really does seem like it's something sadistic and wicked, but it really isn't. Like the game has such a strange community. It has such a strange lore.
Weirdly down bad.
Yeah, the community is really down bad. Like,
That's most communities actually. Now that I think about it, most communities are just horrendously down bad.
yeah, I think it's just gamers in general. We down bad.
I guess so. And sometimes, you know, the gamers won't be down bad, but the game dev will be. You know.
Oh yeah.
I think Rivals of Aether is a good example. Who, as the April Fools, completely unprompted, by the way, was just like, let's create like probably one of the better furry dating sims on the fucking store for literally one day.
Oh, that's the type of shit posting I love.
Actual good level shitpost, and it was available for a day, I think.
Oh.
Why do dating sims make for the best shit posts? Like,
They're just good
Dead by
shitposts.
Daylight one, the KFC one. It's just...
I saw this
no.
one. I saw this one where you date where you date like hot versions of like Lovecraftian monsters.
Oh my god.
Like it's just Cthulhu with boobies. You know what I mean?
You ever wanted to date Nyarlathotep?
And unironically, I looked at that and I was like, that looks like a lot of fun. I want to play it.
Yes, I also want to hear people scream out the name Apocrypha.
Oh my god.
What's another game that's like banging? I mean, Terraria is fucking great.
Well, I think what we need to do is we need to figure out which games we're gonna drag each other into.
Probably
Yeah,
Minecraft.
what I realized today on this podcast is that like other than Overwatch and then like Dead by Daylight with Zek, I don't share like any of the same games with the rest of you.
Well, you've played Minecraft. You've played Pokemon.
That's true. Pokemon, I would not like. I used to play Pokemon.
You've played. That's what I said.
Years.
It's like you don't play
Yeah, but
anymore.
it's not like I'm a Pokemon fan nowadays.
In fairness, I don't really. This is gonna sound very weird. I wouldn't really recommend Pokemon to someone who
Yeah.
wouldn't
Recommend it.
Yeah,
interested.
no.
I do not
If you're not-
recommend it.
If you're not interested, it's fine. It's more like for me, there's some of the games in the franchise just spark that little bit of childhood, and I go play it, and it's like, oh yay, and I'm brought back to a memory, you know.
Can't wait
And
to
then some
play
of them are
Black
just-
2 for the like
And some-
fifth time.
Yeah, and like, I kind of feel like if you don't have much of a strong nostalgic connection with Pokemon, you just don't get it, and
Yeah.
that's okay.
That's generally what I've found too. But I mean, that's just how it is. It's all right.
That's how it is with a lot of games like that. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is also mostly nostalgia that's keeping it the whole franchise alive.
Yeah.
I saw this one clip of this guy playing it IRL with his friends, and he, obviously lost points, and he went and did like the ding 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 ding.
That's what Zek does. That's Zek.
I love that clip.
Zek actually fucking talks like he's in the anime. It's not even funny.
It's a very good meme. It's very.
It is.
I mean, one thing that doesn't help is that sort of talking like it's in the anime, but not quite as over the top, does actually kind of help gameplay.
It conveys the information
Explain
better.
parts to your opponent so they get it, you know?
It's true, yeah. Because I know
I summon Abyss Actor, funky comedian. It's like, okay, what does it do? Nothing. I'm just gonna link someone with it.
but that's the thing. Like I'm nowhere near as like experienced in it as Ness and Zek. So it's like they put me in front of it. And I'm like, I have no idea what's happening.
I'm like, don't worry, you're already dead.
Yeah, exactly. You've already lost.
My win condition is beyond your understanding.
Beyond your simple understanding, I'm actually an anime antagonist. Although Astro always has Storming Mirror Force to ruin your day.
Yes.
remember. You know, we were talking about. Remember, it was. Oh, it was from that video that Jazz sent out about Elden Ring, and there was this one great line where I was like, "Wow, this really resonates with me in terms of like Overwatch," and it was like, "I don't know what my goal is, and I don't know how to do it." I don't know the win condition, and I don't know how to do it.
But if I summon Big Bungus, they usually die.
Exactly. Oh man, that really is Overwatch for me. It's just I don't know what the win condition is, and I don't know how to do it.
All right, gang. I think this is closing thoughts at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
the most
lightning
part.
round. Which games would you recommend to each other? Go.
The Messenger.
Okay.
Yeah, just look it up, okay? It's a really... If you like any kind of 2D platforming, and even then, if you don't like that, still play it.
Okay. What about you, Jazz?
Fair enough.
Video game. Okay.
The Messenger is one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen in the game, and you know the game is kind of pretty funny when you're supposed to watch the trailer, and the game reminds you that you forgot about the trailer.
That is good.
Okay. The Messenger. All right. That's
yeah.
another one for the book. So Ultra
Yeah,
Kill
if you can
and...
get it for free or when it's on sale, definitely get it. Otherwise, I mean, 1680 euros is like slightly higher than normal.
All right.
And
I'll look that up. Astro, game you'd recommend to all of us, or to one of us. Any games you want to recommend? Go.
well, I mean, as I've said, my automatic is always to just suggest some sort of Soulsborne. Another game I would suggest. I mean, that's hard for me, right? Because the games I'm going to suggest are the ones that I really like. Which
Okay.
is like The Witcher 3, Soulsborne games,
Pokemon Reborn.
enough,
Pokemon
man.
Reborn, Pokemon Insurgents. So, you know, any Halo game up before Halo Infinite, you know, that sort of thing.
Yep, that's most of them.
All right, Ian, what would you like to recommend?
I would recommend Dwarf Romantic if you're looking for a laid-back, casual game to just chill in the evening, listen to some music or a podcast, and just have a relaxing time. Dwarf Romantic.
Okay.
All right, and I guess for me, I would recommend either To the Moon if you want something a bit more narrative heavy, something a bit quick, but will pull on the heartstrings in a very nice way. Or if you want something a little more challenging, the return of Oberdin.
All right. And Zach?
And
Besides any kind of game, I would recommend that people explore other hobbies. But if they have to game, then something that's free to play or Dead by Daylight.
Or play Zach Pro?
I'd recommend you avoid playing card games. It's a rabbit hole. It really is. You're better off to play Dungeons and Dragons with your friends.
That's something we could do. All right.
D&D
Yeah,
is
when's
pretty
the
fun.
D&D episode of BBB gonna come out?
wait a second, do we all play D&D?
Yes, I do.
We have
Yes.
Holy shit.
yeah,
Oh no.
I didn't know.
Just come into
I
the
knew
conversation.
I knew Nexus and I knew Zeke. I did not know Ian and I didn't know you two played it.
Yeah.
I have played it. I haven't played D&D extensively though, and it's been a while since I last played it. so.
I've played it somewhat. The last time I played it was probably a few months ago.
Oh, I got invested in it for a little bit. I'm currently in a campaign.
Lads,
But,
we have to have one podcast that is just a one shot.
That would
we
be
should.
funny.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
That'd be so much
And
fun.
then if they
It
ask
would
for
have to
more-
be-
Next question.
Then if they ask for more, it's like, oh fuck, I guess we have to keep going.
Yeah, if one person leaves a comment asking for more, we have to do another episode.
Precisely.
Lads, comment down below if you want that D&D episode.
I mean, if they like
Oh,
this
boy.
episode, they're definitely gonna enjoy like a D&D episode.
Oh yeah, I mean, people have always told me, like, the few people who consistently watch this, they've always told me that definitely what makes them watch it is not as much the topics, but it's just the futzing around.
Us fucking around.
It's just
Oh,
us
yeah.
futzing around, yeah. It's entertaining
Yeah,
enough.
that's
you know.
my favorite podcasts. It's less about the topic of the podcast itself and more just the people have good chemistry and are fun to listen to. That's the
Well,
most
yeah,
True.
I mean, if there's anything I can tell you, well, it's probably like Trash Station is a really fun podcast, right?
Yep.
The characters are just, they're great characters. Garnt, Connor, Joey, they're great. It's supposed to be an anime podcast, but that hasn't been brought up ever.
I think in all the times I've listened to them, I think I've only heard once. I think they talked about Attack on Titan.
Yeah, so like they really don't bring it up often. It's supposed to be like an anime centric podcast, but all it will discuss is internet culture in general.
Oh, and it's so good. It's so good.
It's a fun time.
I'm always very flattered when someone says like, I agree with Astro that like when people are like, I don't really listen to you guys because you say anything interesting. You guys are just funny.
Varied
I'm like,
characters.
thank you. Thank you. I'm going through my character arc.
Yeah, remember when we first started getting back into this? I was like, okay, Jazz, say it for the character arc.
And this was like a fucking 11 o'clock in the night. I was so exhausted, especially like I was working that day. Got home at 6. I was fucking body aching, and then you were like, "Okay, Jasmine, say your thing," and I'm like, "I don't know, I don't care." Such a bad introduction to me. Just like, I don't know, I don't have anything to say. Go away, leave me alone. Okay, bye.
Wonderful. Alright, well, we all good?
Anyway.
Yeah, I guess.
So, it's been a long one.
Oh god, this is like 2
Again.
hours. Yeah, it's gonna be... Oh my god, it's fucking 2 hours. It's
Oh
almost
God,
exactly 2
and
hours.
that's not even including the memes.
Is
No.
this the longest episode?
By
Damn.
far, yes.
Let's go.
Alright, well, we know how it ends, Ness.
Oh shit. Well,
You need to start practicing for this, because this is what's gonna happen
I need
every
to
episode.
stop- I need to stop going no brain, all ape, just me saying words. No, it's like good advice for once. If you're going to take drugs, know which ones.
I'm not affiliated with Nexus Space.